When you have a static system, when you have a world and a culture that stays predominantly the same, you can have a school and a curriculum that predominantly stays the same and have feedback on what worked in the past. Whereas we have a rapidly changing world that you have to adapt to. And if we're not giving kids the skills to read a situation and find their own experts and get feedback, authentic feedback for themselves, we're not equipping them for the world as it exists today.
It means so much. I don't even know where to start. It means that you get to do education turns into, a garden and all that that represents.
Kate and I have done a lot of background work and planning. Well, what can people do? Let's get this ready, have the seeds out, label the beds, ask the principal if we can do this, get the teachers involved. And so then when everybody's there, it's magic all happening. Gardening is something where your efforts yield a visible result, which is one of the reasons why I do it. Because teaching's great, but often you don't see the results of your efforts, or you don't see it for a long time. Whereas gardening, wait 5 to 7 days and your arugula will be up, and like, wow, look at that. One time earlier this spring, I brought my class out here just to kind of show them around and see what was growing and show them that even early in the year, there's stuff growing that they can nibble on. And it was a beautiful morning, and it was just this lovely time to relax and let the kids have a little bit of free time to navigate this new environment, try stuff out, and not be pushing them all the time to be learning or doing or following my instructions.
It's more hands-on, more excitement in what they're doing, and more confidence in their ability to do things that they haven't tried before, I guess, and be more creative and maybe more real. Maybe if students realized how real teachers want to be with what they're trying to pass on or facilitate or encourage, they'll be more excited and believe that the teachers really want to teach something that's relevant and that the kids care about. So we're not all doing this fake dance, but we're really getting into the groove, like it's for real.
You're not just trying to come up with projects that are pretend projects that will kind of be a simulation of real life. We're actually doing real life things, and we have a space to experiment. Like sometimes the most innovative and the amazing creative ideas comes from just play. And you don't have any idea what's going to come out of it. But in the end, you just go, wow, who could have predicted this? And that release of control for me was one of the hardest steps. I wanted all the students in this initial presentation to be able to tell me what some of their expected outcomes were going to be. And really, they just wanted to play and try it out. And some of the most amazing products came through the most out there initial ideas. Because sometimes 3/4 of the work will go into playing, and then that last 25% of the effort is mind-boggling.
We're indigenizing the curriculum now with the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, and I'd love to see the place-based learning and the Ktunaxa people, and being able to get the language for the Ktunaxa Indigenous plants, and then know all the stories and the uses for the Indigenous plants that grew here. I'd like that to be happening.
Our society in general is quite disjointed. You walk into a store, you buy what you want, and you leave. You don't really know the person at the store. You don't really know where the food came from. You don't really know where your car part came from. You don't know any of that. And because of that, I think we're losing a lot of ability to communicate and ability to have connection and have community. Everything's made from scratch. So the amount of salad they ate here, and I don't know if that's just because it's fresh and so good, or that they actually see the lettuce grow and they see it in the salad, and then they eat it. Well, my salad today was 100% from the greenhouse.
There's some older folks that, you know, they've lost partners, and yet they're encyclopedias on growing. And so if you can bring them back in, it's kind of a full circle. I sometimes have to stop myself and go, there's other things I should be doing. Maybe it's a form of, say, meditation for me.
It's kind of involving all levels of the community rather than just being like kids in the school. You know, it's like connecting everyone in and kind of diversifying their learning.
Just makes me excited because the plants spread their seeds, so more plants are going to grow in other places where other plants aren't growing. So it makes the world better.
A lot of schools really individualize. You know, you do your tests to get marks for you. There's not usually things where you're trying to make the school a better place, which I feel like the garden is really doing. You know, it's a collective. We want to make our school better for everyone, not just for us. We want to like make everything better for everyone, which I feel like is a really important thing for us to like have in our society, because we're all so focused on us. You know, we want to succeed rather than trying to help everyone succeed.
I wouldn't want to teach anywhere else because I come out here and I go, I helped build this. This is not something that's just being done to me. It's something I mean, how many times do you get to teach and the very surroundings is something that you helped create?
I chose to come here because of the garden and because of the emphasis on growing food outdoors. I was watching some little grade 3 boys in the garden, and they were trying the arugula, and they were taking some and shoving some leaves in their pocket so they could have a snack on the bus. I love that. As it grows, especially as it gets warmer and food starts coming out, it's so exciting. It's this contagious excitement.
I look forward to teaching so much more. You get to know students in a different way, and I'm trying to think of how to put it, but you don't compartmentalize your students nearly as much.
I just feel like more of a person, getting to do things and helping other people and stuff. We can do stuff together and actually interact more than we usually do.
Even though we're tiny, people can be so isolated even in this tiny place. So it connects everybody together.
The multi-age learning that happens out here, seeing that kind of mentorship is something I've never gotten to experience in any other school setting. You'll see grade 12, grade 10 students being so gentle and kind and wonderful with little primary kids. You get to see what kind of parents they're gonna be. You get to see what kind of aunts and uncles, like the window you get into whole human beings is an amazing gift.
There's grade 12s helping kindergartens, you know, and I feel like that's giving them more of a role model too, and being like, oh, look at these big kids, you know, they're doing that too. You know, and like they're not just with their peer groups, they're kind of looking up to the older kids, and if they're seeing them in the garden, that's really cool.
Me and Indira found out that some of the teenagers pulled out the onions and the carrots because they thought they were weeds.